7 patterns. 7 behaviors that can quietly destroy your life if you ignore them. These are the types of women who drain your money, shatter your peace, and leave without a second thought. This isn't about shaming lifestyles. It's about spotting red flags before it's too late. The truth is simple. Certain patterns predict relational failure. Recognizing them early can save you years of heartache, wasted time, and emotional exhaustion. Some women carry histories that make long-term commitment nearly impossible. Most men realize this too late, after engagement, cohabitation, or financial entanglement. But you can understand in minutes what others spend years and therapy sessions learning. These patterns are clear, measurable, and consistent. Men who ignore them always end up replaced, disrespected, and bewildered. They missed what was in front of them all along. Over the next few minutes, you'll learn the 7 types of women to avoid, the behaviors that expose their history, and why ignoring these signs will ruin your relationship. Type 1. The serial relationshipper. At first, she seems stable. No casual flings, no one-night stands. She claims she only pursues serious relationships. But a closer look tells a different story. Over the past 8 years, she's had a dozen serious partners, each lasting 4 to 9 months. Every breakup blamed the man's immaturity or incompatibility. The gaps between relationships? Rarely more than a few weeks. She hides a pattern of constant cycling behind the label of commitment. She's never technically unfaithful, but she can't exist without male attention. Why is she toxic? First, she never forms deep emotional bonds. Relationships are too brief to develop genuine connection. Second, she craves the thrill of new romance, the attention, excitement, and early-stage idealization. When that fades, she mentally checks out. Third, she carries the emotional scars of repeated failed relationships. The baggage she brings will land squarely on you. Red flags include extremely short gaps between past relationships, falling in and out of love at lightning speed, and moving on as soon as novelty fades. If you become her next partner, expect the same cycle, replaced once the excitement fades. Type 2. The reformed party girl. She tells a story. I was wild back then, but I've changed. Late teens and early 20s filled with parties, flings, casual sex, maybe substance use. Now, in her late 20s or early 30s, she's suddenly seeking something meaningful. The danger is her framing. She presents her past as irrelevant. That was the old me. But fundamental psychological patterns don't vanish with age. Extensive sexual histories reduce the capacity for long-term bonding, which science confirms leads to lower satisfaction and higher divorce likelihood. She changed out of necessity, not growth. Fewer options and aging constraints motivated her shift, not a moral or personal awakening. Her experience with transactional intimacy has altered her view of relationships. Sex has been a tool, not a bond. Signs include downplaying past experiences, frequent mentions of exes, and social circles that still live the lifestyle she claims to have left. Committing to her means accepting someone whose prime relational years have already been experienced by others. Type 3. The orbit keeper. This woman maintains a circle of men who secretly desire more than friendship. Coffee dates, late-night messages, emotional check-ins, all while insisting they're just friends. Conflict with you? She calls you controlling. She is dangerous because gaslighting is her strategy. She shifts the focus onto you for noticing obvious realities. These men are not friends, they're backups, primed to take over the moment your novelty fades. 3 toxic patterns. First, her self-esteem relies on multiple male validations. Second, she practices monkey branching, never letting one man go before securing another. Third, she disregards boundaries entirely, prioritizing attention over the relationship's health. Watch for constant contact with other men, defending one-on-one meetings as innocent, and multiple exes remaining emotionally involved. With her, replacement is always waiting. Type 4. The discreet sugar baby. She never admits it openly, but history reveals she traded intimacy for financial support. Older, wealthier partners dominate her dating record. Social media shows luxury experiences beyond her income. Explanations are rehearsed, invited by friends, special deals, lucky opportunities. The harm is deep. Viewing relationships as transactions damages her capacity for true intimacy. 3 reasons she's unsuitable. First, all relationships are financially framed. Second, she cannot genuinely value non-material efforts like time or emotional support. Third, she constantly compares partners to previous providers, never feeling satisfied unless spending matches or exceeds her past. Red flags include lifestyle versus income discrepancies, history of dating older wealthy men, high material expectations, and profiles on sugar dating sites. With her, love and loyalty are always conditional on your resources. Type 5. The social circle recycler. She moves through your social group with a sexual pattern, dated friends, co-workers, or acquaintances, and now sets her sights on you. Everyone senses awkwardness, but no one speaks up. The danger is social destruction. First, your value in the group drops. Being next in line positions you as inferior. Second, others have critical information you don't. Third, group dynamics suffer. Tension and discomfort permeate social gatherings. Look for excessive familiarity with your circle, cautious comments from friends, and her avoidance of events with certain people. With her, you trade social respect for a relationship already explored by your peers. Type 6. The attention seeker. Her life is performed online. Instagram, TikTok, every post sexualized, every photo curated. Thousands of men comment, like, and message. She claims you're the only one who matters, but her identity is built entirely on male validation. 3 dangers. First, she's addicted to constant attention. No one person can compete. Second, she signals sexual availability to hundreds of men online, leaving endless options a click away. Third, her self-worth is superficial, rooted in appearance and digital approval rather than relational skill or character. Signs include provocative content, disproportionate male followers, and engagement with strangers. Committing to her is sharing her with thousands, all while she enjoys and encourages the attention. Type 7. The history minimizer. The most insidious type. She lies about her sexual past, strategically minimizing numbers and omitting key details. Confronted, she gaslights. The truth emerges eventually, but by then, trust is irreparably damaged. Why she's dangerous? First, she violates informed consent. You commit without full knowledge. Second, lying about something fundamental indicates she will lie about anything that threatens her advantage. Third, eventual exposure destroys trust entirely. Look for inconsistent stories, defensiveness, convenient forgetfulness, suspiciously low partner counts, and contradictory accounts from friends. Staying teaches her deception works, ensuring continuous manipulation. Why men ignore these red flags? 4 main reasons: sexual scarcity, wishful thinking, cultural pressure against valuing a woman's past, and manipulation tactics that present her as a victim. But the data is clear. Patterns in sexual history predict relational outcomes. The past matters. Choosing a woman with low partner count, healthy bonding ability, and respect for boundaries drastically increases your chances of stable, satisfying relationships. It's not easy, and it requires being a high-value man yourself, but the reward is security, emotional stability, and shared growth. Never compromise standards for convenience, loneliness, or pressure. Your mental health, financial stability, and future depend on choosing wisely. The 7 types recap: the serial relationshipper, the reformed party girl, the orbit keeper, the discreet sugar baby, the social circle recycler, the attention seeker, the history minimizer. This isn't moral judgment, it's strategic assessment. Research confirms that promiscuity correlates with relational failure. Protect your future. Recognize patterns, act with awareness, and build with someone whose bonding skills and relational capacities are intact. Comment below. Have you encountered any of these types? What did you learn? Patterns predict outcomes. Use this knowledge to safeguard yourself, your resources, and your life with someone who truly deserves your commitment.